Hi guys, I'm Alexandra Gioia and welcome to my first virtual workshop. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make our best-selling name bracelets. First, I want to start by introducing you to everything that you have received in your kit. You are going to see your big eye needle here, and we will go over what that does in a second. Your stretch cord, your beads. These will have the letters that you select on them, and then your gemstone beads. This felt pad as well will come with the kit, and the coils are optional, but they do help a lot when you're trying to keep the beads in one place. If you don't have a coil, you can just use a piece of tape and place it onto your work surface. And the glue is also optional, but I always use it when tying our bracelet. It's just an extra security measure to keep your bracelet nice and sturdy. All right, so let's get started. You are gonna first take your stretch cord and you are going to fold it in half and connect the two pieces together at the end so they're kind of level with each other. And you're going to take your big eye needle and thread the two pieces of stretch cord through the big eye, and then you're just going to pull it up, which will secure it in place inside the needle. Next, you are going to take your coil, and if you don't have the coil, you can just use a piece of tape and just tape it to your work surface. It's just to keep all your beads in place and not to slide off the other end. So if you have the coil, you just pinch the two ends and then slide your cord inside of it so it is attached inside, and then the beads won't be able to escape from the other side. And next you are going to lay out your design. So take the word or letters that you received and place them somewhere in the center. And then you're gonna build your design of your beads on either side. So you can get as creative as you'd like, or you can just keep it all one color, which is what I'm going to do. This is actually for an order, so I'm going to do it exactly how they ordered it. So I'm going to take about 12 beads is usually a good starter for each side, and then depending on the size of your wrist, you can add on beads or take off beads to fit them. So this would be a great place in the video to pause and kind of come up with your design and then get back to it. So now you're ready to add your beads. So you are going to take your big eye needle and just start on one end and thread all of the beads onto the big eye needle. All right, last one. And then you have your beautiful bracelet. I always just double check against the ruler for size. This one looks like it could use one more bead, so I'll just add one more on. And then I always do a wrist check too. I hold it up against my wrist to see that it fits the way that I would like. So you can take off your big eye needle and you'll just push the cord down to get it to come off, and then you can unpinch your coil, and then just make sure you hold both ends of the bracelet so all of your hard work doesn't go falling off one side. And just test it to see how it fits on your wrist, and if you're happy with it, then we're ready to tie it. The first thing you will notice is that one end of the bracelet has a little loop. So you're going to want to put only one of your cords through this little loop. So do that and then grab the other two sides so it's now attached. And you're going to want to take all of the beads and push them around to that side with the loop. So I'm just going to start by pushing all the beads over to where that little loop is, because you don't want to have any gaps in your bracelet. And then once everyone's over to one side, I just put my finger in the center of the bracelet and pull down, and that really gets everybody together and all in one spot, and you are ready to tie your knot. So this is probably the trickiest part of the whole bracelet making. You came up with a design, you worked really hard to make it, and you want to make sure that your knot is secure. So you are going to start by doing an overhand knot. This is just like you would do for tying your shoelace. And do one overhand knot and pull it really tight, but not too tight that the beads get scrunched up, because that doesn't look very good either. So you want to have that tension on your cord, and then you're going to want to do the same thing, but you are going to loop it over and do your overhand knot again. But the difference is you're going to loop it through a second time. So once you have that through a second time, you are going to try to keep some tension on your cord and pull it all the way through. So now that's done. And just want to try to give it another little tug on the opposite side, just to really get the knot nice and tight. And then I'm going to take the glue and put a teeny drop of glue on the dot. This glue is great because it has a really fine pinpoint, so you can add it directly to the knot. So I'm just going to pull apart a tiny bit while also pulling the knot shut, and then applying a tiny little drop of glue all around the knot. And that will dry. So now you are ready to cut the excess cord. And I know this part is a little bit scary, but you want to cut it pretty close to the knot. That way you don't have cord hanging off on either end. So you're just going to cut as close to the knot as you can, but still leaving just a teeny bit of excess on either side of the knot. So go ahead and cut it. And then you are going to want to pull your knot underneath, like inside of the bead, so it's hidden. So you're just going to pull it so it goes through the bead, and you're done. So you'll want to give your bracelet a little bit of time to dry before wearing it, but I would say give it 24 hours and you're good to go and start enjoying your piece. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make our name bracelets, and don't forget to tag me in your pieces. I want to see how they came out. And you can always shop alexandragioia.com if you want to find something that will be the perfect addition to your new bracelet.